Hello, thanks for clicking on this video. And I want to address something. And that's simply that I don't really care anymore. I've been on YouTube a long time, and I have tried to do the thumbnails, the descriptions, the titles, the fancy editing and this and that. And I've been on YouTube a lot longer than this channel even showcases. Like this channel, if you go back and look at a lot of the older videos, it's a lot of animation stuff because I was doing that for a while. But before that, I was doing other stuff and sharing other things about my life. And I really have just never achieved really any notable success on YouTube. And I realized that that's never been what it's been about. Like I feel like I have every reason to not continue creating content, yet I've always continued to, in some way, shape, or form, create content, whether it's on this channel or different channels. And I realized that I just really enjoy that part. I need to do that part. I need to create and I need to share what I'm creating. And that's just part of who I am. So that's all I care about. I want to have community. I want to have dialogue and conversation with you guys. But at the same time, if that doesn't happen, I have no control over that. I can just do what I have control over, which is create and share. So here I am standing in this dirty room and just recording. But the reason why I'm in this room is because I wanted a space that I can just always be ready to go. I wanted to be able to just set up my camera, have it set up in the same basic spot, and just hit record and speak or share or showcase. And that's what this space is. As you may know, my wife and I have a dog rescue where we take in little old dogs, and they're medically challenged or disabled or just really, really old. And so filming in the house is a huge challenge for me because I never know what the noise level is going to be like, what's going to require my immediate attention, and that sort of thing. So I have moved my recording space out to here. And this is going to become my creative space as well. I've talked about it in previous videos, and this is going to be a kind of, I keep calling it a solar powered mini factory. And that's because that's the best way I'll be able to describe it. You can kind of see back here, I have a couple solar panels stacked in the corner. I'm going to be getting more. And essentially, I'm going to rig up this room to be completely solar powered. And then all of my 3D printers and my laser and all of that stuff are going to be powered by solar energy. And I think that's just something fun I want to do. I'm not trying to prove any particular point. It's just, you know what? It makes sense. I have power to this room. I have an outlet. I have lighting. I have all that stuff. I just think it would be cooler to do it solar, you know? So yeah, I wanted to kind of address that at the beginning of this video. I also wanted to talk a little bit more about Libertas, my tabletop game. And that is going to be something that I'm really excited about moving forward. I'm going to be talking about pretty much every day as I continue to move towards what I'm calling the limited launch day. And this is going to be a day where I release a core playable version of the game, and it's for 2 people to play. So you can buy it and you can immediately play with somebody else. I'm basically deciding what is the essential components that's going to come with that will allow you to play, and I'm going to sell it as a limited release. And this is going to be something where maybe it's just only available for 1 day, maybe 3 days, like a long weekend or something like that. But essentially, there's a good chance that after its limited release, it won't be released again, or at least not for a while. I might revisit it depending on its success, but I'm guessing it's not going to have huge success based on how things are going with this channel. For instance, my last video has, I think, 7 views at this point, and that's fine because this is something that is more special now. You know what I mean? Like this interaction between you and me, not a lot of people are getting this right now. And if you're here, I just want to say that I appreciate you. I really do. I really think that we can create something, an experience that isn't going to be widely available. And of course, there's a chance that this channel somehow blows up now that I don't actually care about how much I'm trying to make it grow. There's a chance that this channel just blows up randomly, and that's fine too. I think that would be amazing to have a lot of people viewing my content and have that dialogue and have an amazing launch for Libertas. But I'm okay with selling one unit. I'm literally okay. Like if I can sell one starter limited launch kit, that will be a success for me. So maybe that person is going to be you that buys it. And guess what? If you buy that, that might be something in the future. If Libertas becomes actually very successful, your limited launch kit might actually hold some special value, because I'm not going to be releasing a bunch of stuff like this. It's going to be just moving forward. We're just going to keep moving forward. So I'm going to explain a little bit more about what's going to be in the limited launch kit. Like right now, I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview. I mentioned it's for 2 players. So there will be 2 complete loadouts. Now, if you don't even know what I'm talking about Libertas, you can go to playlibertas.com. You can see my previous content where I showcase the game. I also have a whole nother YouTube channel that I haven't really posted much on at all that is called Play Libertas. So you can look at all this other stuff and get an idea of what I'm actually talking about. But like I said, it's going to be 2 players, so you're going to have 2 complete loadouts. I'm thinking it's for this limited launch, it's going to be a light loadout and a heavy loadout. And those are going to be significant, different play styles is what they're going to be. In addition to that, there's going to be 2 founders cards, which means these are cards that you will only get in the limited launch kit. It's going to be Founder's Favor and Founder's Fury. You're only going to get one of each of those. So if you are planning to buy this for 2 people to play, you guys are going to have to decide who gets those or who gets to play with those. If you want one of those for each player, then you will have to buy 2 kits, because they are special limited edition cards that are only going to be available through this kit. You're also going to get 6 loadout nodes that'll allow you to play the game. And that's essentially it. I'm going to make these launch kits as affordable as possible, because it's a game and it's meant to be played. It's meant to be played by as many people who are willing to play it. So I want to reduce the cost in any way I can. One of the ways I'm going to do this is by reducing the cost of packaging. Now, everything will be packed securely and packed well, but I'm not going to go get custom printed packaging and boxes for this game. The packaging is going to be very, very plain, and that's going to save a lot on the cost of production, and therefore that savings is going to translate directly to cost savings for the customer. The rulebook is going to be digital. It's going to be available online. I'm working on the concept of a companion app that will have the rules and allow the rules to be searchable and referenced. So you can just type in a keyword and find it. But for now, the rules are on the website. That's where they're going to be. So I'm not investing the money in printing rule books at this time. Plus, the rules are still very fluid. They're going to be changing over time. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to do a print run of rules and then tweak the balance and reprint rules. And now people have different rule books that they're referencing. It's really going to be very fluid rules moving forward. So digital is the way to go. And again, that saves a lot on production, and that savings translates directly to lower costs for you. So I'm focusing all of the quality on the components themselves. So all of the money that I'm investing in it is going to be in creating the models and making the actual game pieces fun to play with. And obviously making the rules fun to play, but that's just time investment on my part. So that's where all of my resources are going. And I'm hoping that this kind of becomes a thing, you know, like low cost production, high quality experience. That's kind of what I'm going for. So let me know what you guys think about that and about how you think that might add to or take away from your personal experience in playing Libertas. In addition to the actual basic launch kit, which right now I'm aiming for the price to be about $30 or less. And again, that's for 2 people to play. So $30, if I can get it lower, I'll get it lower. But right now I'm thinking 30 is my kind of safe range. I'm really just covering the cost of materials and a little bit for my time and effort. And actually, you know, I need to be able to keep going with this and grow it. So I need that extra bit of, I guess, a profit margin, if you will. But mostly I'm just covering the cost of materials because I don't want to lose money on this thing. I've already invested so much into it. If I really did the math on that, I probably won't ever get out of this hole, but that's fine. So there's going to be the launch kit that has all the core basics to play the game. But then in addition to that, there's going to be a interactive terrain pack that you can get. And that's going to come with barriers and jump gates and a repair station and a shield generator and additional loadout nodes. And that will be like an additional $30 or something like that. And that will just add a lot of playability and versatility to your game because all of those things have interactive components to them, you know, the shield generator and the repair station. Like, again, I've explained these components in previous videos, so if you want to find that information and watch it, or if you don't and you want to just ask me in the comments, I'll answer any questions you guys have about this stuff. And then yeah, so there's going to be those 2 things available, and they're going to be available pretty much for a limited time. Now the terrain pack will be kind of a floating release, so it'll be available for purchase when I release the limited launch, and then it will go away. But then when I release my next kind of expansion or booster launch, where you can buy additional loadouts and accessories, then I will re-release that as well at that time. The reason why I'm doing it this way is because I need to keep things manageable for myself. I work right now about 10 hours a day at my day job. It just so happens that due to the wildfires going around here, the air quality at the quarry is too bad for us to be out in it all day. So I actually have the next couple days off due to air quality. So I'm taking advantage of it to film these videos and kind of explain something that I'm trying to do. And hopefully I'll be able to carry this momentum forward. But as I mentioned, I work very long hours. You know, sometimes I work 12-hour days. Right now I'm working 10-hour days. I don't ever really work less than 10-hour days. And the thing is if I just have this perpetual sort of, once these components are released, that they're just available for purchase, then I'm always going to be behind, because anytime anybody places an order, I'm going to have to put these orders together. And I don't have the resources at this time to manufacture a bunch of stuff before orders are placed. I have the ability to make some. So this way I can keep things manageable for me. And then again, if in the 3 days or 1 day or whatever that it's released, that just completely blows up and I sell, like, you know, thousands of units, which I know I'm not going to, but if I did sell thousands of units, that would give me enough money right then to basically quit my job and do this full time. So I'm not really worried about it in that sense. I just don't want trickling in orders. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to launch this and then I get 2 orders on day 1. And then by the end of the first week, I have 7 orders. And then by the end of the second week, I've got 10 total orders. And I'm always going to have to be behind in production because I won't know when or how many orders are coming. So, yeah, I'm going to be kind of making these almost to order. There are certain things I'll be ordering prior to release. There will be certain things I will be producing prior to release so that I have a buffer. But I just don't want to get in a situation where I'm falling behind immediately. So that's why we're doing a limited release. And then that also adds collectability, because if I decide to never re-release the same loadouts as originally, and like the founders cards, for instance, are only going to be available for through the first launch, those instantly become collectible for whatever that's worth, or may be worth in the future. And it just adds more excitement to it for me, because I will know that these things are out there and that they're not going to be made again, or at least not in the same shape or form. So I've gone on a lot about this. I'm hoping you have questions and you want to ask the questions in the comments. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. I will be doing more than just standing here talking. I will be showing more stuff as I move forward, when I really get into the specifics of these different components that I'm releasing with this limited launch set. But for now, it's just easier for me to just explain it and answer any questions you guys might have. And yeah, until next time, I'll catch you guys later.